This time, the irregulars are going to the big city!
I'm gonna kill them all.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Hello everyone and welcome to our review of The Punisher, Season 1 on Netflix.
A new Netflix show.
On Netflix. Brought to you by Netflix. Paid for by Netflix. Maybe. Netflix. We're not sponsored, sadly. No, Netflix will not give us any money, they just take my money.
Nice. Anyway, what's The Punisher, Moo?
Well, you see, The Punisher is a show about a guy who's based off a comic book, who's a guy, and he's got a dead family and a bloody hard-on for killing criminals. Oof. Doesn't he just? He loves bloody murdering folk with guns. He's like a regular superhero, but not.
More like an average person with a gun.
He's more like an average person with a gun, except, he's actually a good person and not an idiot.
I mean, is he a good person?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes, I sympathise with his cause and everything he does, but I wouldn't want someone to do it in real life.
Yeah, so he's not really a good person.
No. No, because unlike with someone in real life going around and doing this, I don't know what they're fucking into. I don't know what they're about. Whereas with Frank Castle, you know what you're bloody getting. You're like, he's a good man at the heart of it all. So he only kills the bad people.
Murder is still murder.
Yeah, but when you're killing bad people, what's the harm really?
Anyway,
we'll cut all of this out. What did you think of Marvel's The Punisher Season 1 on Netflix, brought to you by Netflix? You're very against this.
I'm not against it.
You're wildly
average.
Indifferent.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not positive, it's not negative.
It's just
What do you think?
I bloody loved it.
Got you an erection.
Oh, it did. All that got blood flowing. Let's just say that.
Nice. Anyway.
I worked that joke in.
Haha.
Well, yeah. I thought this was really good. I think it's really well cast. Everyone gives a really, really good performance. You could really feel the emotion and the tension and everything in it, especially John Bernthal as the Punisher. I think he's got the right rage for it. He's got the right just fucking animal inside to make him right for Frank Castle.
See, the thing is, I wasn't wowed by the performances. I was like, this is what acting should be, and it's not amazing. It's just, they're just doing their job.
Oh, blasphemy. No, I respect your opinion, but you're wrong. Should be the tagline of this episode.
Tagline of everything. What else?
I quite liked Micro. I was a bit hesitant with Micro because, he's not a big rotund man like in the comics, but you know what? He bloody pulled it off. What's his name? Ebon something Moss.
Ebon Moss-Bachrach.
You did good, if you're listening.
I doubt it.
I doubt.
But yeah, he wasn't bad.
I really liked him. Very good. Agent Nadani, played by Michael Jackson. Who'd have thought?
She didn't look like Michael Jackson.
I think she did. She did. She looked like Michael Jackson on the cover of the Bad album. It's on the screen now.
I didn't see it, but whatever. I feel like this was just really slow and predictable.
It's very harsh. How could you say this? No.
Because it was slow and predictable.
I really liked it, and I didn't really predict a lot of it. I mean, I predicted, Frank's gonna fuck that guy up, and, and stuff like that, but there was one thing I did predict, and I'm very proud of this.
The sex.
The sex, that's right. But I'll discuss that in the spoiler points, I've just remembered.
No, it's there's 13 episodes. I wasn't invested or felt like it actually got anywhere until about 7.
Well, I was right in from the start. I was like, oh yeah, Beardy Frank smashing that wall, and I knew he was gonna bloody do that thing that he did to those people. Oof.
Oh, calm down. Don't want to ruin it.
Don't want to ruin anything, certainly not. But yeah, it was wonderfully gruesome and violent and gory. My tolerance to violence is entirely dependent upon how much the recipient of the violence deserves it. So, the Punisher being a man that only hurts bad people, I was well up for this. It was getting fucking gruesome. Blood was splattering everywhere, and people were getting killed and maimed left, right, and centre, and I was like, oh, yeah, get him! And you were just like, ah!
Look, you make me sound like a pussy. It's not what this is. I have my reasons.
You have your reasons, which we'll get into. But what do you want to give it out of 5 nicenesses?
I feel like it's a very average nice, so let's give it a 3.
Alright, you're giving it a 3. Well, I entirely disagree. And I think Yes, that's right. This is possibly the biggest difference of opinion we've had in a score in anything we've ever reviewed. Very divisive. I will give it a 5 out of 5. Nice.
And you're wrong.
I'm not, but let's continue. Yeah, I think this show did nothing wrong in my book. I think everything about it either lived up or exceeded my expectations. There's only one thing that we'll get into later, but even then I was like, you know what, I wouldn't have changed it.
Nah.
Anyway, let's go into our brand new segment here. Debuted in the last episode, our review of Justice League, and that segment is Who Is This For? That's right, the segment in which we break down exactly who we think this is and is not for.
And it's told by the title of the segment.
As told by the title of the segment. In a way, I came up with the best name for this segment.
Classy.
Classy.
Anyway, who is this for, Moo?
Well, you see, I feel this is a show for Marvel fans, particularly of the Punisher variety. Anyone that loves the Punisher.
Is gonna love the Punisher.
Yes. Now, this was a really good and faithful adaptation, I feel. I mean, he's a little more emotional than he usually is in the comics, but I think that makes him more human and relatable.
He's
and
a big softy on the inside.
Oh, he's a big softy on the inside, and he can bloody converse with people with charm and charisma when he means to, but only if it suits his end, and only if, like, you know, he's in a good mood and whatever.
Who else is this for?
I'd say this is probably for Netflix subscribers, as they get it for free.
But not really, because you pay for Netflix.
Yeah, okay, you're paying for Netflix, but, you know, if you want to get your money's worth out of your Netflix subscription, this is a good bloody go at that. Please do it. This is the only thing I've been paying for Netflix for the last 3 months. I'm an idiot, really.
Is this for anyone else?
Ooh, it's definitely not for the squeamish folk like yourself.
Whoopsie daisy.
You were cowering in fear from those gruesome scenes, and I was like...
I wasn't fear. I
Well,
said, I have my reasons.
You have your condition.
Yes, my pussiness. No, my real condition, which isn't really a condition because it has not been diagnosed by doctors.
Oh, that just means you're faking it. No.
Oh.
Just kidding. No, it's okay, I understand. But yeah, I'd say this is quite a good show for action fans and people that like the army and guns.
America.
Yeah, if you're a bloody diehard American patriot, oof, you're gonna... Oh, it's gonna strike some chords with you, isn't it? There's a lovely bit about gun control, a nice allegory there, and I feel like the show kind of leans one way on the subject more than it should, but I suppose this is a show about a man who goes around killing people with guns. You can't really claim indifference and unbiasedness.
I suppose.
Yeah, although it opposes my particular standpoint, you did a good job. I think you touched upon the subject quite well, except for that one guy.
Well, anyway, is that all it's for?
I'd say so, yes. Do you think it's for any more people? Or any less people?
Probably not. It's all good.
We got it down.
So if you're not one of these people, don't bother.
Fuck off!
Just kidding.
Just kidding, you can stay. Please watch the review. Even if you don't like this show, just please continue on through the review and get our viewer retention up.
You're so needy.
We really need it.
You need it.
I need it for my cripplingly low self-esteem. Anyway, let's press on. Spoilers! Boily boy.
Yep. What's the spoil about this?
Ooh.
Probably the plot.
The plot. You didn't so much like the plot. I thought it was quite good. It wasn't the most intelligent plot in the world, but I'd say it kept me guessing enough, and when it wasn't keeping me guessing, it was keeping me entertained. So...
Well, the plot is basically government conspiracy, and that's it.
But that's okay. He could have done with killing a few more, just actual criminals, like, from the law, not the ones that the law is protecting, like, in the government. But I'd say that probably would have taken away from some of this. And, he does kill those guys in the construction site, so, fuck those guys.
The thing is, government conspiracy for a plot and whatever is fine. It's just, I don't know,
This isn't a reason.
I can't explain what exactly was wrong with it. I feel like it's partially of how it dragged out for me, but...
Yeah, it's fair to say that you didn't really enjoy it. It didn't hook you quick enough.
Yeah, like, a lot of things just crossed over, and it might just be me being an idiot, but I got confused sometimes. I was like, wait, who's this guy? What's going on?
I'd say the ending was a little went against my expectations. See, I thought this would end off with something in the vein of like, the war goes on, kind of like he'd get to the end, he'd killed everyone that had anything even remotely to do with his family's murder, and I thought once he kills that guy, he'd get to the end of the show and he'd kind of realise, I need to keep doing this. I need to keep killing bad people because it's real good. It's a good thing to do. you know, these people shouldn't really be allowed to continue living and committing crimes, so I'll just keep killing any criminals. Doesn't matter if they knew my family or not, and whatever. I thought it would kind of end on something like that, but instead it ends quite oddly on a note of, and Frank lived happily ever after, which I thought was quite unexpected. But you know what? It's not a bad thing necessarily, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I think it just means he's got further to fall when he finally comes back into being the Punisher again, putting on that cool vest.
My issue with the ending was more, and linked to how I thought it was predictable and stuff, is it basically just ended in a sense of, and you are not going to be punished for your crimes, so that's the end of this. And I said that, I was like, he's just going to be acquitted of all his crimes. That's it. And then he was like, oh, Agent Madani thinks you're a good boy. So let's just overlook this entire situation.
Let's just overlook the several blatant crimes that we definitely charge people for.
The thing is,
and just kind of give you a free pass.
Just the crimes that happened in this series. It applies to other things because he wasn't.
No, they said he was still a wanted man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But they just kind of let him be the false identity of Pete Castiglione. Like, Frank Castle is still a criminal and whatever, but they're like, you can be this fake ID that we, are pretty sure that you procured illegally, which is a bit odd. The justice system was going to do that, bend the rules for their own selfish reasons. I kind of would have liked it if they'd done what Madani did, which was to just kind of not stop him from walking out, but say to him, listen, after this, I'm coming for you, and, I'll arrest you or put you down and whatever. I think maybe that would have been better, because they're not outright committing several crimes by just letting him go and ignoring what he did and wiping his records and whatever.
Yeah, but my point is, it kind of just ended really abruptly with you're not going to prison.
No one punishes the Punisher, is the moral of this story.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Anything else?
No. I'd say we've discussed this quite thoroughly. I'm happy with our opinions.
Yeah. I feel like there's not really much to discuss.
Okay then. Any parting words?
I feel like it's just to watch it for yourself.
Watch it for yourself. Enjoy it.
Or don't.
Or don't. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, the moral of the story, don't go out hurting people with guns. You're not a good man like Frank Castle is. I don't trust your morals, stranger watching this video, but I do trust this fictional character's morals.
You sound very trustworthy. I'm glad I'm in a close, intimate relationship with you where you trust a fictional man with guns.
I bet you're glad of that every day.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Don't leave me with this man. No.